Chapter 5 Aqua Vitae. The Red Maiden approached the thing slowly. It was not some shimmering heat mirage, but what lay before her was not any sort of construction she knew. Before the building itself was a tall red cylinder with a snake-like black hose and handle dangling from one side, a glass globe above it, with bizarre runes she could not decipher, spelled out Western Gasoline. She could make neither heads nor tails of what it importuned, but it stood there, this shining alien monument, and a dread, completely unfamiliar to her, burst inside, paling her. Nothing in life had readied her for this. Henbane. It had to be she had taken too much henbane before battle, and was now gone, past berserker fury to true insanity. Tack! A pebble bounced off the red monolith. The Red Maiden looked up to the porch beyond the gas pump. A grinning little boy in short pants sat on the stoop. His next pebble flew toward her. She ducked sharply, and it zipped just past her face. She took one step toward the kid, ire rising, and he leapt up and lit out, running through the door, the screen swinging shut after him. The Red Maiden followed fast on his heels. This brat would take a hiding at her hand, insolent little shit-stain that he was. The screen door slammed behind her. As her eyes adjusted to the dimness, she took in the room and its collection of tables and chairs. A swinging door at the rear crashed shut, marking the passage of the brat. The Red Maiden paused pursuit, not yet ready to head back out into the sun. At the counter bar, a fat man turned around on his stool. When he saw who it was, he smiled and clapped his hands together. "Well, my, it's you again. Welcome back, pretty lady. You're a sight for sore eyes, that's for sure. Come on over and set a spell." She had no idea what the tumble of words coming out of him meant. They were no language she had ever heard. The fat man slapped his knee and laughed. "Oh yeah, I plumb forgot. No English for you. The Norse girlie. The Red Maiden, the Incan Ruad." He switched to Norse. "How's this, my girl? Easier on the ears?" The Red Maiden stood still, itching for an axe in her hand. The fat man smiled. "Well, go on then, sweetness. Your wish is my command." She looked down. There it was, her hand axe, shining bright, inlaid with gold knotwork, the blade knife sharp, looking as if it had just come from the smith's whetstone. She hauled back and threw. It flew end over end on a direct path toward embedding in the fat man's smiling dome. The smile never left his face. His hand moved faster than her eyes could see, snatching it out of the air by the haft, 3 inches from his face. He spun the axe, admiring the craftsmanship. It was a beauty. "Nice throw, miss. You got a raft of skills, that's a surety." He held out the axe, readied it, and tossed it back to her underhand. It flew in a lazy arc. The Red Maiden nearly dropped it, but instinct caught it for her. She stood there, stunned and afraid. An old crone came out and settled in behind the counter. She placed a glass on the bar and filled it to the brim with cold water from her pitcher. "Come, dear heart, don't you pay that shiftless bastard no mind. He as bad as they come, and then some. You come on and set a spell. Slake your thirst with me while you still can." Numb steps led the Red Maiden to the bar. She cast a sidelong glance at the fat man who chortled away and opened his newspaper. Mind your own business, you fat bastard. She ain't yours to steer this day, said the crone. He shrugged. He bit into a wedge of crunchy toast and went back to reading. His smile contentedly remained. The Red Maiden stared at him. She wanted to wipe that smirk off his face with her fist. Come on now, have a sit, Gunhilda. Her mother's name for her struck a chord that freed her tongue. She stared down the crone. How do you know me? The old woman smiled. Child of Odin, I know everything there is to know about you. I know you as myself. I know you are thirsty, and here I give you something cool to drink. I know your hunger, and I will guide you to where you will satisfy that need. But come and sit a while. There's no hurry. Drink some water. I'll make you dagmal, some rockfisk, and osirat cornbread to start, I think. Wouldn't that be nice? Gunhilda was shaking. She sat dumbly onto the stool and picked up the glass of water with both hands. She guided it to her lips and let it pour into her parched throat. When it had emptied, she set it back on the counter. The old woman took Gunhilda's strong hands in hers and squeezed them tenderly. She took the glass and refilled it. Then she turned away and got to the business of breakfast making.